I apologize. Sorry about that. I did a whole lot of talking and nobody heard it. Okay. Sorry about that. What I'm going to do is tighten up the trees. And because they're a little dark, or I'm sorry, excuse me, I cannot see the pine trees. It's hard to discern the pine trees. So what I'm going to do is glaze the trees and shape them up a little bit up there. Just like this. To join all those black specks together. That's what I meant to say to you guys. It could be a little painstaking because of the detail. I want to keep some of the orange in there, and I'll do that. I'll just manually, of course it's manually, I'll just put them in there by hand. That's what I mean to say. Sorry if I don't seem all together today. I was just thinking about a few things, so sorry. Okay. I gotta readjust my where I have my sound settings. It's just a move them so I can see them and stop talking to, and nobody can hear me. That was kind of redundant. But I'll take the round brush I can see and I'll darken up these mini ground trees a bit. And this blue brown mix is close to the color of the surrounding trees. So once it dries, you'll still see the lighter tones, but just deepened. And I'm using the round brush because it'll give me some of those leaf shapes. Okay. And I'm gonna try to save some of that bright orange red in between the trees. So it's just watered down painting, just glazing. So apologize for that little faux pas. I didn't mean that. It's good to see you, Doris. I do enjoy your stream. I put you on the big screen. I sit back and chill out, watch you do your thing. Everybody's talking about their tax woes. I can understand. Once again, I'm just trying to get some obscure tree shapes going on. And now it's the part where I have to be mindful, because this is where the pine trees are. And I can shape the pine trees now that are in the front of this. Just make it dark enough to where they're in the background to where they're seen fairly well. So I'll come here on the other side and make the blue a little dark here. Once again, it's just the shape of the pine trees. All up in here, just to get them shown a little bit more than what I did do initially. And sometimes you'll find yourself doing that. You'll come back to the painting with fresh eyes and see what you need to tighten up a little bit. And that's basically what I'm doing. And once again, tighten up some of this like branches or whatnot back there. And when you glaze things like this, usually the darker tones will show through your glaze. And just remember to keep a little bit of water on there if the paint's a little thick. You still want your higher details to show, and they will once it dries. And the paint spreads as it dries. It'll even out. And you can manipulate it while it's still this wet. Okay. So we'll let all of that dry a little bit. Okay. All right. And I'll probably highlight the pine trees a little bit more. The ones in the back don't necessarily need to be highlighted, but the pine trees do, just to bring them out a little bit. So I'm done with the round brush here. Let's pick a square brush with some thick bushes here. I'm going to a little yellow, going to this deep blue here. Now I got some actual titanium white in here this time. Get a little water and we'll thin out this paint. We're going to come to the pines here, and we're just going to use the corner of the brush probably might have to get them a little brighter. Maybe. We'll see. But now you see the pine trees a little better. Come around another side a little bit. And basically I'm going over what's been previously there. And just be mindful of the shape of these fellows. Okay, let me just put them out there. Let's move that over there so you can see exactly what's going on. All right, I'm gonna use a touch of white. A very light touch. And because once again, I want them to show a little bit. Kind of aim it on one side here. Flip my brush around. Okay, so once again, you see the pine trees a little bit more. That's basically it, really. Just to put them in view. I don't know if the focus is right. All right. So I'm still looking at it here. Okay. Once again, it's just to really get the guys in the front to be seen just a little bit more. All right, nothing more than that. All right. I don't really want to emphasize too much brightness on the trees in the back, because I don't want to take away from anything else. So we'll just leave that as it is. I'll probably get a little stronger yellow, put it in the green here. And we'll brighten up some of these guys in the front here just a little bit. And it's just to add a little bit of brightness to the bush in the front. Right, just a touch. All right, in the front, and it'll soften as it dries. All right, we'll push this up here. All right, we'll work with the gate for right now. We'll work with the gate for right now. All right. Okay, let's work with the fence here, or the busted down brick. We'll deal with that. I'm going to take a little of this glaze. We'll just block it in. All right. Different tones and whatnot. So we'll just kind of block it in like this. When you see a lot of this, I doubt it. We'll make it kind of like cobblestone or something. Let's take a little touch of brown. Once again, it's just different patterns and whatnot. Keep it kind of fun and interesting to look at. And I'm putting it in here with water so it just dries quickly. That's all. Okay. All right, welcome back, Doris. I'm going to use the round brush once more. We're gonna shade in some of that brick on the other side. We'll make it a little darker. Just right in here, we'll darken up some of these here. It's broken up, a little cracked. We'll block it in right now. And we'll add our rubble looking stuff in there when we get to it there. Right now, let's just block it in. Now I thinly marked drew in this building with a very small brush. Okay, no big deal. Or some marker. I did it all in marker, so once we put the paint on it, the paint's gonna cover up the black and you're not gonna really see it that much. All right. Okay. Let's take some titanium white. We'll mix it in here, right here in the blue stuff. Take a little bit of brown. I'm gonna gray it out. Okay, a little bit of that darker stuff there. All right, add a little more brown to that mix. Get a little brown gray color. Get some water here, thicken it up a little bit. Okay, I'll take the round brush and we'll just start putting in some cobblestone like things in here. We'll pop them in here just like this. And you just put them in there almost like zebra's patches. And this round brush allows you to get these kind of shapes. And you'll highlight these accordingly once you get done doing all of this. This type of painting obviously is not wet on wet style, more traditional. But I do a few of these just to show you what you can do. Okay. And up to you how much of this, how detailed you want to go, how detailed you want to do things. Even with this, when it dries, you can glaze different colors on this. It just makes different patterns. It just gives you a nice varied look to your work, all according to how you want to do it. But you do it a section at a time. All right. As it gets a little closer to the building, you still have to keep perspective in mind. All right. And so they get a touch smaller, not too drastic. All right. Once again, we'll light these things, highlight them or darken them according to what you want. And then you'll start doing just blocking these cobblestones with simple shapes. Keep the grout in between. That's what you're making when you do these. Keep them relatively thin. All right. I'll make them a little smaller now. I roll my paint around, usually towards the tip of the brush. Once again, get it as close as possible there. I don't need to have anything white showing here, so we get rid of that. Here on the bottom, we'll probably put grasses or something down there. Okay, much like that. You let it dry up a little bit, all right? Okay, we're gonna move to a little darker blue with a little bit of water. Probably some touch of brown in this dark blue, mix it in there. Twirl the brush around. Be careful. Let's move this over here. All right, we'll start with the awning. keep it as exact as you can. Now remember, you got that little thin bit of black marker. Okay, I have to water it up often just to get the paint movable. You are painting on canvas after all. I'm just getting it as close to the edge as possible without going too crazy with it. Sometimes this might be a little too monotonous or detailed for a few people. It does require a little bit of patience. It depends on how precise you want it, how detailed you want your structure to be. Definitely up to you. Okay. This brush is a little thick. It's okay. If I can't get to it, or I know I'm going to go past it, I'll back off and use a smaller brush. And sometimes I just have to twirl the brush around. It has more paint on the other side. Just take your time with it. Like I say, it can be a little meticulous. And exercise hand control. I'm moving my whole arm as I'm doing this. I'm not just moving my wrist. And I'm dealing with just paint and water, so it will dry. So once again, it really depends on how detailed you want your place to look. This grist mill will look entirely different than my first one. Hello, Joswina. Good to see you. Okay, so we have that part taken care of. I gotta move my coffee because I know I'll knock it over. I'm gonna. Would you? All right, we'll go with a little bit of brown. We'll just put the brown here in this blue area. Okay, and a little touch of white in there, gray it up a bit. We'll go back and see some of that blue. Okay, a little titanium white. We're gonna bleach that out a little bit, just like that. All right. Come back to our cobblestone because it's totally dry right now. Kind of shade some of those in there like that. Just a little bit on each one. You don't have to totally block it out. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm adding these little dots here and there, and I'll just wipe it a little bit. As we do these, remember this is really in shadow, so you're not going to see a lot of detail. But I'm really painting in texture. So it might look a little goofy as I'm doing it, but keep with it. Keep with it. And also keep in mind, we're not done with the total whole picture yet. But it'll start looking more like cobblestone. You have a short window. Do a few of them. And just lightly, just wipe, blend, smear it up a little bit. I'm going to across this pretty fast, but it's all right. I'm twirling my brush around as I'm doing it. Okay. All right. Now remember, we're just doing one part of the whole house. Where I think it juts out at here, that's where I'm adding these, and I'm making them directional. Okay. I will take a thinner brush, water it down, get some of this really deep dark color here. And I'll go back over the part where the crack starts at in the building there. And I'll come here and I'll take this dark blue, which is a softer substitution for black, and we'll go in here and put the deeper grout things in there. We'll take some of this lighter color I have, I'll just twirl it around. I know I have the blue on the brush, it's okay. Go into a little white there, lighten it up. You don't need bright white. We're gonna go to the edge. See? Chop it up a little bit, just like that. And I'll come up here and add a little bit of that in there. Okay, so you'll see where the boundaries are, just a little bit. We'll take this thin, and almost like a silver lining, we'll come up here at the top. It can do to be a little bit brighter. A little bit of the sun is going to catch it, but you just make it, you scatter it a little bit. And have it look rock-like, so you make little hill bumps and whatnot. Like that. And you just leave it be. Okay, that all by itself will help you out. All right, and since I like the, well, bring a few of those over there on the other side. Okay. All right, and once again, I'll leave it be just like that. Okay. We'll put this back. This is already dry. Don't have to really mess with that too much. Okay. We will probably mess with maybe, I think I'll mess with the windows. Let's go with the inside of the windows. I'll take my angled brush. I'll show it to you right here. Okay. And you'll see it better from here probably. Show you what I'm looking there, right against the glass. Short little 1/4 inch angled brush here. All right. Okay. We'll play with the glass. Well, it takes, we'll come in here. Take a touch of red. Take a touch of this very deep blue. We'll do with a gray purple. We'll lighten it up a little bit there, like that. Okay. That might work. I want it a little darker though. So let's go into it. This is let me get the right name for it. Windsor blue. Yeah, very dark blue. Okay, we're gonna come here by the windows. This is more or less the shaded area. Okay, now I'll just come in. Pop them in there like that for right now. Because you're not gonna see too much light here, so the windows are a little dark. angle brush is cool because you can really get into those little corners and such. And I'm dealing with water and paint because once again, it dries quicker. Especially if you plan to do glazing and things like that. Now this isn't as sharp anymore because I've been using this fairly strong. So if you go a little bit outside the edge, don't worry about it. You will end up straightening that up with the texture and whatever you want to do with the building. So that goes under the hashtag don't panic. All right, get yourself a little more paint. Try to keep the paint centered around the tip of the brush. Okay, if you can. As you get used to it, used to what the brush can and cannot do, you will be a little more proficient with your brush. You will. Sometimes doing art like this throws people off because you're not really picturing it in your mind what it's going to look like, because you see all this blank area. You got to see beyond that. Okay, and you will in time. All right, let's take the same color, just add white to it. There, just brighten it up. All right. So we'll more or less real thin right in here. We'll lighten it up a bit here.
It sound right, boy.
All right. Okay. Now, the believe it or not, that's actually a like a door. Okay, this one was a window. This is probably a window too, but I'm debating if I should just keep it. Nah, we'll just make it a window. This makes it easier on me. We'll just make it a window. Alright. We'll do it like that. Alright. The door, I'll just use the blue and the brown mix right here for the door. Pop it right there. Because once again, this is a shadow side of the building. Clean off yonder brush. Put it back. We're gonna go to our script liner brush one more time. Some water. We'll go into the dark stuff. When you need a dark tone, it really doesn't matter. As long as it's deep and dark, it's gonna project as black anyway. All right. And we're going for the details of the inside of the windows with this. And even though it's really kind of infinitesimally small details, but trust me, it will show and people will look. All right. So if you're prepared to do a structure like this, be mindful of the details. Okay. The bigger you paint, the more details you'll have. Just keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. And when you're doing something this detailed, Just be mindful that you can't really have any little white bits showing through. Now I have some here on these windows where the glass is, but that will be tightened up. You won't even tell that it's there by the time we're finished, because once we glaze, you're gonna glaze over the whole shebang. So this is where different hues, different intensity of color is what I'm talking about, matters. Because depending on the type of glaze you're gonna do, it will accentuate the dark. All right, keep the medium where it is, but it's gonna accentuate the dark and bring down the highlights. Or it's going to subdue the darks and bring out the highlights, depending on what type of glaze you do. So it's really up to you. Once you get those, there's not many rules, but once you get them kind of in your memory banks, all right, doing stuff like this will be pretty much second nature to you. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take the same dark. I'm gonna come over here on the other side of the window. It's very small. I don't want to really zoom in on something so tiny. That's only going to take a few seconds to do. But once again, if you're going to do a building like this in this detail, this is the detail you have to pay attention to. All right. Like I say, you might not even notice it, but trust me, people will look. Don't be surprised. You will be surprised of how many people actually pay attention. Let's take a little bit of this brown. We'll go into this blue area here. Go into some white. Mix it in there. I'm gonna turn the light gray like that. That's fine. I'll get a little touch of water. We'll water it up. Roll this brush in there. Okay, roll it in there. If you got a steady hand, this will help you out. Pay attention to the perspective of your buildings. All right. It'll show. It'll show. It'll show. You don't think it will, but it will show. And keep in mind the perspective and the angles. If you don't get it right, people will tell, and you're going to tell. You're going to know also. And I'm just rolling the paint in there. Remember, this is the dark part of the building. So. Now I'm doing the strokes using the brush from the side, which makes it a little thicker. Just be careful. Okay. Like I say, you really won't see me doing this because one, it's not that bright for the camera to truly catch it. But take my word for it. They are there. Now, with these strokes being so tiny, yes, I will use my wrist. I won't use my whole arm because the strokes are very small. I gather from the TV program that's on, it's 2 o'clock. Alright, like so. Go into my white a little bit more. And I'll just come here on the other side and pop a few of them in there too. Do other artists go like this detailed? They most certainly do. At least as much as they can. Sometimes you might not be able to put them all in there. Maybe you just have enough room to put one stripe down or whatever. Just put them in there. Put them in there regardless. Trust me, people do look. You can see it, Josina? Okay, great. But yeah, put them in there. Put them in there. Let's take a little touch of brown. We'll come here in the white area, just like this. I'll wrap it around here. A little brighter white there. And remember, if you think it's too bright, give it a few seconds. This stuff will die down and dry so it gets a little darker. I'll just come in here. And put a little bit of door green here. Alright, let's set that door green in there real quick. Just like that, make it look like a door. Alright, alright. This is a brand new brush, and I want to really keep it for a while, so I'll clean it really, really well. Okay. Let's take 3/4 inch brush, put some water in there. Actually, I see the brush that I used before. I'll use this one. All right. Okay. A little bit of blue. A touch of brown in that blue makes it in. Okay. Get some water. Loosen it up a tad. We'll come here because it's totally dry. Right? Right. And we'll deepen that a little bit. Don't worry, when it dries, you'll see it. It's just won't be so blatant. You'll see the textures and all that in there. Remember, it's pretty dark on this side. All right. Give it a chance. Let it dry. You still see it in there working. All right, but give it a chance. Hashtag. Don't panic. All right. What are we going to do with all of this in here? Well, let's see. I think I want to cobblestone it. And so I think I'll do it that way. So let's approach it this way. Let's just take some more water, go into this little lighter mix, really make it water really thin right here. Okay, I'll add a touch of brown in that. Okay, now we're going into the realm of Crayola crayon. We're just gonna block it in, we're gonna color it in. I just have to make sure I got enough of it. I don't know if I do. I'm hoping I do. We're about to find out right now. I'm gonna cover everything. All right. Come on down, cover it all. Much like watercolor. Now, I'm doing the building's white, it's fine. If you happen to go over and go into the grass, it doesn't matter. The grass is still darker than this tone I'm putting on, so you're not really hurting anything. Just block it in, like so. You're not wiping anything away, everything is still there. Got me? And we can keep that probably pretty much the way it looks right now. We'll see. I doubt I will, but we'll see. Come here with this lighter tone here, and we're gonna get this part of the building. It's not dark enough, so we're gonna go in here with a little bit of this darkness. We'll reactivate that a little bit. There we go. Keep it in there, just like so. See that? We're getting there. We're getting there. Since I want the sunlight to hit over there, we'll just use a little bit of yellow. We'll just bring the yellow here. All right. I might want to clean that up. I might still be able to get away with that. I believe I should be able to get away with it. Wipe away all the crap. Get the yellow back there. Yellow semi-transparent anyway. Let's add a little water to that yellow. All right. Watch what happens here. All right, talk about half a building really talking. Look at this. Okay, something like so. All right. Once again, that's just blocking in the color. All right, and you can really now see where the sunlight's aiming there. All right. So yeah, they will look for the details. Well, I've already made a painting like that, where I kept it pretty much true to the look of that building, minus the lawn chairs. Okay, let's take. I might have to hunt around for it here. I want a pretty decent. Now, I do have one. I just can't find it, so we'll substitute today. I'll use a pretty nice filbert, small silver brush here. We'll use this. Okay, let's go into our brown here. We'll bring the brown right here by this yellow. I'm just bringing it closer to myself. Touch of blue in that brown, just a little bit. Mix it in there. A tad. All right, we'll keep it fairly dark like this. All right, I'm not gonna water it down either. We'll keep it like this. Okay, here we go. Bravery test. Matter of fact, we're gonna go real brave. We're gonna zoom it in a little bit. We'll bring it right about there. See if you guys can see it pretty decently after I might have to do that again. Okay, that's better. That's a lot better. Now you guys can see what's going on, what's happening there. All right, here we go, guys. We'll start with the top. whole lot of these in different directions. The important thing is not only keep the original, the neat little shapes, but now is where all of that color that I used before, all that grout work there, well, it's going to become grout as I do this. And while you are filling these in like this, okay, don't get discouraged if it's not looking like what you want it to look like. Keep going, it'll get there. Around the building here, around the structure, the windows and such, keep these guys pretty close. You'll get it. You'll get it. Just like that. You'll get them. You'll get them. You'll get them. Have some run into each other. It's alright. Put them in there. Cobblestones are pretty fun. You'll get used to it. You'll get accustomed to these and putting them in there. The filbert brush gives you this funky, rounded look, like mini teardrops. Okay, just like that. All right. Let's skip the middle. Let's go here to the bottom. We'll start this way. Keep them pretty close. Once again, this can be a little monotonous for some. It can be. Okay. If you do them right, people are going to wonder what came in first, the lighter color or the darker color. They're not going to know. They're not going to know. You know, they don't know if you painted the dark in first and then the light stuff, or if you painted the light stuff in and then the dark stuff. And then they're going to ask, well, how did you do it? All right. Especially, you know, get pretty close around the doors and windows and such. I would usually use a flat brush for this. I can't find one. Or maybe I used them all up and destroyed them. I don't remember. And all I have to do really is go in the drawer in the cabinet and just get another one. But do I think about that at the time of doing this? Of course not. I'm a guy. I'm old school under the, if it's there, we'll make it work. But if you have brushes that can make your life easier. Rule interwebs. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I understand. All right.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this
trained. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard
Okay.
every day.
Much like that. All right. All right. Let's make wood. Why not? Okay. Let's go with I took them and placed them in here somewhere. I didn't want to keep stumbling over them. Are they in back of me here? I think not. So they're in front of me. There they are. Alright. Well, whatever. I'll use this guy. I gotta get more of these. Okay, anyway. You guys remember this guy, right? I'll put it here. You guys can see it against the glass there. It is angled. It's a comb brush or a rake brush. Alright. And they do come in fan varieties. I'll show you this guy. They do come in fan. I'll put it against the jar here. You see it there. Alright. If they don't have it at your local store, just order them online. Okay, here we go. Let's take some water first. Then I'll just rake across it because I really just want the tips to get the love. I don't want the rest of the stuff to get them. Okay, be careful doing this. I'll probably end up wiping some of this away. Let's pick a blank spot here. All right. And try to go straight down if you can. Go very light. I'll come here in the middle. I'll go up. As long as you keep it straight, I can angle it. With it. Come here. Get some more. I'll come here and get some. Do it very lightly, and you build in your little patches. You overlap a little bit. Okay. A little touch of water. I'm only doing the edges of this brush. Actually, I'll go a little thicker here because it's a little bit underneath. I take the brush and I move it a little bit so it doesn't look mechanical. Get some thicker stuff going on in there. Get a little more. Very light, very light. Go light at first. Now remember, I said this is an angle brush, it's not a brush. It's not a flat one. So if you angle it toward the sharper end, you might get more paint coming off. But it's okay, work with it. Work with it, you're okay. All right. You'll get it. You will. You'll get it. don't don't be discouraged doing this. Obikibi, Obikibi. Okay. All right. I don't hear nothing from you guys. You guys are pretty quiet over there. You guys are fairly quiet. Okay. Let's go with some yellow. If we turn it touch green, we get a little blue. Oh no, not blue. I'm sorry, red. Whoops. Get some more red in there. All right. Now we get a little bit of white. Mix it in there. Something like that. Okay. Now I did it with this brush. Okay, so obviously it's already caked full of stuff. All right. Very carefully, very light. Come down here, because we're gonna put cobblestones here. So if you go above it, it's fine. Just be careful. I'll keep going in this pattern till there we go. It's starting to come now. Come on down. Okay, let some of the yellow come through, of course. All right, and keep in mind that's the lighter side of the building. All right, no problem, Madonna. All right, we're gonna go back to our small filbert here. Go into the same mix. Okay, and we're gonna go and put our combos in. More cobbles here. Let's take a little bit of this. Come on over here. That yellow will still show through that. All right. Let's take a little touch of blue. We'll bring it here. All right. Okay. We're gonna take this blue and we're gonna come here and we're gonna bring that a little darker. Now remember, it's gonna dry and it's a mixture of two colors under there once it dries. All right. Okay. Get a little bit of brown here. Mix that in there real quick. I'll probably wait for that to dry and we'll probably add a little bit of that. Maybe. We'll see. I'll wait for this to totally dry and we'll glaze some of that also. All right. Let us take our 3/4 inch brush. A little touch of brown. We'll go back in here. A little bit of this dark blue in there. Deepen it, just like that. Get some water. Do that water thing again. Let's make sure that's wet or all dry a little bit there. Very lightly. Right from the top if you have to. Bring it on down. Make sure you get right to the corner. There. Now as you gradually make that darker, okay, everything else seems to come out a little bit more. Look at the other side of the house. You got me? All right. I know you do. Let's come here. Don't go where the light is up there. And we're just going to darken this a little bit more. Everything's in relation to itself once you put other things in there. Okay, so this was dark until I've darkened that. All right, so you get it. You got to get them all to match. Okay, now that we've did that, look at the light source hit now. You see that? Where it almost looks like it's just bleached out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. All right, what you do to emphasize all of that brightness over there, okay, you'll make the ground a little bit brighter. All right, so let's pull back a little bit. Wow. Right around here. Let's bring that up a little bit. All right. We'll take one of my brushes that I was gonna use. We'll just use this guy. Not really. There it is. I found it. There you go. All right. So So to emphasize all that brightness, we'll make some of this come alive. All right, let's just take a little yellow. We'll bring it. Running out of space. That's to be expected. It's all right. A little bit of titanium white. A little bit of this yellow. Just a little bit. Very carefully, very light. And we'll get patches of bright stuff happening here. You have some of it escape into the shadow a little bit. A little. Bring little patches in there. Bring some of that past the house there. Now you got a little sense of distance there. All right, now you got something that matches the light side of the house. So the house isn't exactly that. See, it's all color relation. Now your eyes can gauge, right? It's bright, but not as bright as this stuff here. The sunlight's kind of doing its thing. Again, bring some of that light into the shade a little bit there. All right. So once again, I hope this is making a wee bit of sense to you. Okay. That's just wet spot. It'll dry. Don't worry about that. All right. We're almost done. We're almost there, believe it or not. Okay. Let's either pull back, or do I want to just move it over? I'll move it over a little bit right about here. All right. Okay. So I say we're gonna have another tree around here, and we are. Let's scrape up the residual stuff that I really don't necessarily need, or I can just make more of. So we'll get rid of some of this. Okay, just wanted to clean that up a little bit. Hello, Marilyn, how are you? No problem, work away. Hope everybody hit that thumbs up or down button. Sure would help a brother out. More coffee. You know what? Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can move this. I just want to move it. Will it let me move it? Let's see. I'm hoping it does. Oh, let's see if I can move you. No, not what I want. I don't think it's gonna let me move you. It would be nice if I was able to. Let's see. Nope. I cannot move you. Crap. Okay. I thought I could move it. No problem. Okay, back to you guys. All right. Let's get a bit of this dark blue. Put it right here. Get the red. Get a little bit of this brown. Something akin to almost a soft black. Keep mixing it. Yeah, that's good enough. It's Windsor blue, red, and burnt umber, which makes a pretty deep color that you can't see. There, makes that. All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna shape a nice little tree here. So to bring the house further back, all right, we'll put something right in here. Okay, it fills up this area a little bit and gives us a little distance. Okay, need some more distance. All right. Okay. Now I also have to be mindful that I'm working without borders. Therefore, I can't put nothing too interesting way too low on the page. Not too much. Okay, that's a no-no. Let's take a hog's hair brush about this size. This will work. Boy, I gotta look for more of these brushes, like post haste. All right. Right about that hot. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. Back. All right. And then we'll come back up around. Ugh. All right, that's actually perfect height. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Oh, what the hell? Got me. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I was when that happened. But it's alright. Okay. I'll just draw a straight line. We'll end it right about here-ish somewhere. Alright. And we're going to really kind of shape this. This is why I use such a dark color. Bring it out there. Just like that. It's going to get wider a little bit at the bottom, but you can control the width of this tree. You are in command of how wide you want this guy, how thick you want the branches. If you notice that branches are going straight outward, give a little difference too. This fellow, we'll have it come downward toward the base. I might even keep the base. I like the base. Let's make the base a little longer here, like right about there. And we'll kind of play with it like that. See, that's a fair size. That's pretty cool. We'll keep it like that. That is not bad. I like that. That's cool. All right. All right, we'll use the same amount of goop here. Did I tell you, remember I told you I'm gonna put something here? And I am. All right, I done got it like past the border point here. I didn't mean to go that far, but guess what? It's there already, and we're gonna come right down. It's a bigger tree, we'll put it right around in here somewhere. All right, okay. Well, since that's all right, we'll just kind of make it here, just like so. Just be careful how wide I want to put the tree right now, because you don't want to beat down get rid of all your tree tails or your detail of your mill. And right around here somewhere. Okay, something like that. Relatively thin, you can still see the other side of the house and whatnot. Okay. Now I know I did all that work painting that, then I covered it over with a giant tree. So what? It's all right. Okay, still matches. Everything's still there. Okay. Hashtag don't panic, don't cry. It's all right. Everything's still there. God damn it. What a pain in the fucking ass. All right. I think I know why there's no comments. If they hear me talk like that, yeah. But then again, no, because people are saying a whole lot worse. And so I don't know why the no comments thing is doing what it's doing. There's no way for me to seem to get rid of it unless I have to contact them. So I don't know why the comments are turned off. I never did ask and see if the stream was doing okay either. Man, I never asked. I have to move it over because I know that the logo is in the way. There. Get it away from the logo. Okay. All right. Remember that funky green that I made yesterday? I bet you thought I forgot about it. I did not. I can just let's get rid of this. I need this. Hold on, I got more people. Why are people sending me? People mean well. All right. Anyway, let's go with the funky green. Remember this stuff over here? You guys remember this? The funky green that I had yesterday. Okay, let's take the funky green. And we'll and what I'm doing right now is just getting yes, we'll cover both sides. I'm hoping the tree is in focus for you guys. I don't know yet. Let me know if it's in focus. Alright, corner of the brush, be careful. Sometimes a little tap will do. And you're really painting on top of what's represented as the pine needles. Don't obliterate all the dark, you need that. I've been doing this for a little while. I kind of can see where it, where it's gonna go, what's gonna happen, what is it gonna do. All right. Okay. This brush is somewhat okay, but it is dying off here. This poor guy. All right, let's take some of this color and pretty much try to bring it as close to you kind of be subjective to where you want some of this highlight. I'm gonna come a little bit more on the inside because we got that grass, that yellow grass there. Okay, that's cool. All right, we're gonna come out here. You need some type of thick some of that rim of paint is further up the furrow of the brush. Something like that. We're starting to get a pattern. I want to break some of that pattern up there. Okay. We'll sneak some on the other side there. All right. Okay. I don't see no talking. Is anybody still there? All right. Where's my other brush? Okay. We'll take a little touch of water. Go into this deep dark area here. Pull it towards you. And we're gonna come here. Get that shadow in there. Same thing with this fella. All of them to here. Just like that. Okay. You just gotta see where. So it's dark on top of dark. Okay. Okie dokie then. All right, guys. I think I know you got the workers and everything. That's cool. That's no problem. I know by the hour where people are working their normal 9 to 5ers. Understand? Okay. I just wanted to see, if everybody's still around. Okay. look at that. I think I actually finished the painting where Serena can actually have watched it from beginning to end, even at her time difference. Let's see if we do it that way, and we can straighten that out just a tad, bring it up a little bit. I'm gonna try to even it out here for you guys. Now, I'm at a weird angle camera-wise, but I think I can get it to where it's centered somewhat fairly. Put the focus on it there. All right, there you go. No border. Absolutely no frame. You guys know the frame, it would be the black one here, but it's not gonna really fit right. It's gonna take a chunk away, but oh, that's way too small. It takes a little bit away, but you guys get the idea. All right, I doubt I'll buy a frame that'll fit canvas this size, because I'm thinking maybe we'll see. But anyway, there you go. That's what it will look like. This frame is a little thick for it. What is the size of this? Let me just, but I don't know. Let's see here. What are you? Because I keep missing the boat with this sometimes. No, you're 14 here. I think you're 14 by what? 18? Yeah, it is 14 by 18. All right. This is 14 by 18. No problem. Gotcha. All right, this towel is gonna be retired. It's gotta be washed. Let me toss this over there. I got a substitute towel here. I don't need it, but I'll use it later. We'll use the gold pen. Oh, we'll sign it. You know what? Even though it's very rare for me to do so, but I'll sign it in here. I'll sign it up here. I'll put my initials way up here. There. All right. Okay. There. Oh, you guys can see that well because the light is over there. So yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb in the corner when the lights shine at it. But if there's no light, yeah, I can see no shadow because I designed it that way. You won't see it too much. So, hey Bruce, how you doing? Good to see you, boss. Been thinking about you. You've been all right. But all right. That's another one down. Where's my pen? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Hold on. Let me yeah, this is history. All right. I have 3 more to do. 1. Yeah, 3 more to do. One's a Chevelle, the other one's some kind of Western Sea, and the other one's a ship in rough water. But okay, we're done. It's a slightly covered grist mill, the cobblestone grist mill. It's just a reworked version of the original from an original photograph from Sonia. Okay, so this is the second time I've painted this building, I do believe. All right. So, and we're at a decent time. It's 3 o'clock. So, well, at least 3 o'clock at the time of the recording when I finish this thing. All right. All right. I don't really have the other camera on, and I can probably clean this off while I'm chatting with you guys a little bit. Because we're fairly done here. I don't really need any more of this paint for anything I might be able to use it for maybe another background for something else. I really don't want to truly waste this paint. So I'll get a little rubber alcohol, pop it on the area where I need it to be kind of wet there. I think I'll save the white, yellow, blue, and red. We'll probably make a background with that. And I'm gonna need my substitute towel for this because I instinctively, just habitual, I'll wipe the paint on my lap. So this use the cleaner towel for that. We'll pop this back in the corner here. It's gonna be in the way a little bit. Nah, it's up there. We'll bring it back down to where I'm used to seeing it, which is right there. Okay, we've got some stuff that needs to go bye-bye. And I'll scrape it away from the corners. There's some stuff here that needs to go the way of the dinosaur, so we'll just get rid of that. And then we'll wipe it right into the garbage, which is directly below me, or below the palette anyway. You just wipe the gooey stuff in there, and then we'll get a tissue and we'll wipe away the other mess. See, I'll save the 4 colors here. They're still salvageable. Okay, let's get a small towel here. And we'll carefully wipe away the gunk. See where I am at. And it does, it wipes away. Okay, I know I took some of that red with me, it's alright. Even the red can't combat this stuff. So we'll clean that area off, just like so. Alright. See, all we have is that. I'll take some water, spray it like that. Take my trusty Maxwell House lid, pop it right there, and that's the end of that. Until I come back to it next time. Alrighty. I appreciate it, Oswina. Thank you very much. I never did ask him. I know the audio is probably pretty good. But yeah, I can see it. Never mind. I can see the hairs of my chinny chin. I can see my head popping up there. So the video looks like the video was doing okay. All right. And I know that my voice is talking over, even my voice is talking over the music. So I think we're good. All right. So yes, Bruce, I was playing around with the video settings in OBS, and I had to make my logo transparent. That's why you see it right there. Okay, right there. Okay, I even got the logo on my outro screen. It's a pretty neat looking logo, so I'll keep that for a while. Okay, I think we're good here. I can have this back over the logo. Let's put it back this way. There we go. Kind of center it a little bit. I don't believe I have anything else to say. You know that. Yeah, OBS is. I mean, once you get it, it's so computer specific depending on the power of your computer. This computer is, I don't know, maybe a beginner or a mid-level PC. It only, it didn't cost that much for it. And I'm only using it for this. I don't go surfing with it or anything. It's primarily really used for my streams. And I kind of need that. So it works wonderful with me for that. My lady friend has a gamer's PC that she used for her job. But then her job supplied her with a PC. Isn't that something? And so now she has a gamer's PC sitting on top of her of her dresser, just sitting there. And I could have probably just used that instead, because I know it's easily as powerful as our main PC in the other room. And I got my other PC, my dinosaur. It's already set for like vlogging and everything. I already got the camera set up for it and whatnot. I think the only downside is I think the audio would have to come through the PC itself. but I haven't really tested it out like that. But it is ready because I got OBS obviously on that, so I just tested it using that, and everything seems to work quite well. And I believe I got the because it's the T6, I believe, and so I have to move that little white square box to the corner somewhere, but nobody really knows it. Just so I can have a clean video signal for that. I could use the Canon. I'll probably bring the Canon back over there because the Canon, my other Canon, the T3 has what they call it, magic lantern. So it just gets rid of that annoying box, and I can just use that. So it's no biggie. If I ever have to do a blog or whatever, I can just use that over there. And I have that OBS set for that PC. I did try to use Streamlabs OBS. It's pretty cool, but it's a hog. It's for certain certain level PCs, and this newer one just couldn't handle it, I don't believe. But maybe with the settings that I have on this one, maybe I could have, but I don't want to deal with it. I got this thing pretty much straight, and I'm used to it, and I got the hotkeys ready and all of that, so I'll deal with this. And so far so good. You know, all of my video stuff, the intros and whatnot, I had to re-encode them for web video, so it reduces the size of them, and it's not much processes for to run them. All right, so I had to go through that last night, and then transfer them from one PC to the other, and all of that fun stuff. Even though it can be a nuisance, but it's still, I enjoy doing it. It's cool. So, all right, you guys know the deal. There'll be a picture of this on Instagram and Facebook. I gotta make a thumbnail for this. I am winding down. I don't know if you're gonna see me as much now because I am gonna devote my time to making the sequential art for the comic that's long overdue. So I'm gonna buckle down, and I am going to get started on that comic and everything because it needs to be done, and I've never procrastinated this long on a project ever. So yeah. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll think of some kind of title for this. Maybe I don't know what I'll call it. I'll call it something. But you guys take care. I don't know how bad you got beat down over there in Vermont. We had it looked like Crystal Palace out here with all that thick ice. So I had to, it's warmed up now. Everything's like melting away. But I had to clean off my vehicle, cleaned off hers. It was just, thick ice all over the place. But it was warm, so it's almost 40 degrees, so it was a lot of it melting away. I sacrificed my scraper. I gotta buy a brand new one of those. My scraper is now useless. It's gonna go out with the garbage tonight. So 8 inches? Oh no, we got nowhere near that. No way. But we did get hail and rain. How the heck, what temperature does it have to be to get both of those? But we got hail, rain. After the snow, we got the hail and the rain. And then the deep freeze after that. That's why everything was coated up in ice. But like I said, it's almost 40 degrees, so everything's melting away. And I did start my truck up, let it run for about 30 minutes or so. Because if I do got to take off and go anywhere, I can just get in and jet. So, yeah. But yeah, it was a mess. Of course, the squirrels don't care. I got them to where they come to the house certain times of the day, and the bread would already be out there for them. So they were out there, and I didn't feed them because I didn't think they would be out, but they were there. So out comes the bread. Put their little 6 slices up and down the fence in the driveway. So they're well fed. Sometimes I do it twice a day. It depends. So yes, I have been relegated to feeding squirrels. Oh, it's wintertime. We live in the northeastern part of the U.S. It just comes. It's all good. It's what we expect. I'm not angry. We have 4 full seasons here in this region of the country, so I'm accustomed to it. It's no big deal. I lived with this all my life. You know, I was in Buffalo in '77 when that storm hit, so I remember that quite well. Um, so, nope, it's all good. It's all good. And I knew that they were snowing out because I heard snowmobiles last night. I mean, these dudes out here, whenever there's a good chance of a deep snow, yeah, they will bring out the snowmobiles in an instant around here. So they were buzzing through, having a good ass time. Okay, like I say, Linda, I don't know why they're turning off my comments. I don't know. I don't understand why. Um, I don't know. Um, I can, like I say, write them and see why they're doing that craziness. Um, I have no idea, because I did go and search and see if I inadvertently shut it off, and I did not. They're all, on, you know. So anybody really should be able to comment. But yes, that's what I mentioned. I mentioned that twice now. I've checked my settings. It's not me, because I've never, ever, ever, ever touched my comments settings. I've never intentionally had them shut off. I have no reason to do that. So before I came on, I checked my settings, and it's not they're enabled for people to chat and comment. So I don't know why they're shut off. It's nothing that I did. It's something YouTube has done, and I don't know why. None of my videos set for kids. No, that's automatic, and that hasn't been touched. I thought I may have inadvertently did that, but when I checked, no. It's none of my videos are set for kids. So, yeah, I don't know. No, I had thought I made it clear the first time, but no, I never changed this, and I would never block anybody from commenting, good, bad, or indifferent. So when I was told that the comments were shut off, I'm like, what? Why? I don't know why the comments would be shut off on my streams. I know if I get a little upset and start cussing like a sailor, if it's too bad, I'll just destroy the video myself, and I have. So I don't know why they turned off the comments. Yeah, I read the issues that they have. I did all of that just shortly before I aired. I read all of it. So yeah, they just started doing it. When you told me that first time, that's when they did it, because none of my almost 600 videos have that. So yeah, I don't know why they did that. Not too many people comment on them. I know that you do, and a few others, but it's not like I have like 30, 40 people comment on it or anything. But still, I don't believe I've done anything. So you have to understand, I don't believe that my channel and me talking can warrant them shutting anything of mine down compared to the crap I hear other people talk about, and people are commenting away. So I don't know why they decided to do that with mine. But I can get a hold of them and see why they're doing that. Yeah. Well, I've always kind of had that. I mean, they were the comments. They people sometimes would comment if I, when I did it earlier in my little venture here, people would comment. But I've been through so many different groups of people over the years. Because there was one time I had just stopped posting. Period. When you stop posting for a while, people lose interest and whatnot, and they drop off. I get it. You know, I understand that. Um, but I do it whether they comment or not. I would appreciate it, sure. And would I answer them back? Sure. I'll try my best to answer them back. You know, there's some people I realize I haven't even answered in like years, but I answered it anyway, whether they get it or not. You know, um, but I do answer it. That's the one thing about Facebook that sucks, is that you cannot answer the live chat. On Facebook, you can answer the live chat, which is excellent, because then I could answer questions or send them links and stuff. YouTube, no, you cannot. So that kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. But no, I appreciate you when you do it. Yeah, it does truly help with the algorithm that the videos get seen more. Yeah, I was doing pretty well at one point in time. Something had came up, and I ended up stopping for a while. Probably one of my controversial paintings, and a few ignorant folk had to voice their things, which is fine. They can voice it, but it's all in how you do it and how you say it. But that's neither here nor there. Like I say, they just recently just blocked my comments. Like I say, I don't know why, but maybe eventually, I'll write them and see what the heck's going on with all of that. No, yeah, like I say, some of the subject matter and the language, and they just post just as free. I'm painting liquid plastic on canvas, and I get my comments shut off. So the hypocrisy is asinine. Will worse happen? Who knows? It depends on what YouTube Botard person is looking at this. Who knows? Like I say, it all depends. Unfortunately, YouTube is like among the biggest as far as people using it and such. Twitch primarily for gamers, but I know that there's artists on there and all of that. I almost very much went to Twitch first before, because I was making a decision, but it seemed a little easier for me to get on YouTube than Twitch at the point in time that I was making that choice, and I just stuck with YouTube, because I was painting long before I chose YouTube. I was on just Facebook, and people tried to get me on YouTube because of the monetization, which is really crap, but that's why. They've changed so much with the monetization over the years that I don't know if it even really benefits to even do it like that. I mean, people who've been doing it much longer than me, they've benefited lovely from it, and they still do. The revenue is pretty decent for them. But for anybody new for the past few years, they've really gotta suffer through some trash because of what was done by ignorant folks, posting really crazy stuff and whatnot. YouTube, YouTube put a big old block on all of that. But then they started doing things right across the board because they're so panic stricken about kids and blah blah blah. I'm like, well, You know, it's not the fault of the kids, it's the fault of the parents. If they don't check on what their kids are doing, you know, everybody seems to suffer. But, you know, hey. So, yeah, see, even you've been on YouTube way before me. I don't even believe I've been on YouTube that long. Not since 2006. I don't think so. I can always check and see exactly when I started, but I don't think it was 2006. You know, no, I think I may have came 6 or 7 years after you. Yeah, I think it had to do over the death of some person. So something either was posted or said on YouTube. Once again, it's really not necessarily them. It's the people who, you know, it's the kids really that are doing it, because the parents aren't really watching them. You know, everybody somewhat thinks that their child is one great big old angel sent from heaven up above and shit. I worked in the school system. I know what your little bastards really do. But hey, this is the route that they're taking. You know. The internet is absolutely monstrous. It's the internet as a whole is a beast that you cannot control. But I knew that was going to happen when the internet first became the internet. It was a creature that was just getting larger by the day, literally. You know, I mean, you know, let's say if they stopped YouTube, it's going to bring somebody else along within the week. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing about that. Now you're getting into you would be getting into a slippery slope about governing people's houses and such. It's like the very start of the Gestapo. So it's a very slippery slope when you get into stuff like that. But yes, I can understand them being 18 and above. But you know, they got YouTube for kids that kids don't get. Or the parents get it, put it on there, but they still go to regular YouTube anyway because they got a hidden folder somewhere on their PC, because the kids are extremely PC savvy, where adults are not. So, and yeah, YouTube generates billions. But the content creators, you only got to select very, 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 very few that makes the real money like that. You know, I mean, they're getting all the advertising in the world, advertising on our videos. They used to do it with a permission basis, but now they just do it. Okay. You know, people are never really efficient to police themselves online, because you can create an account, you can come in as an entirely different person, say horrible things, do horrible things. Okay, they block that account, no big deal, they just set up another one. You know, some people probably got about 6 or 7 accounts already set up on the go, so when one gets shut down, they just pop in the other one. So as long as they're able to do that and it's not really monitored strongly, their little solutions is never going to work, ever. So it'll never work. Oh, I don't know how much of this is done. Let me see if I can just take a photo of it with this thing. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, Oswina, I've seen, heard about that. That's I've been hacked a few times, you know. And for me, all I do is just change the password. And put it on something that they can't really easily mess with. Oh, I can't do that. I can do it with my thumb. That's fine. Let's see what it looks like. Cause I know I got that light. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. It's fair. Let's take one more without that light. Turn the light off. That's one thing about an iPhone camera, man. They can adjust for low light level situations. Now, I can still see it much better than you guys can. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Let's do it that way. There we go. Now, it might be very dark for you guys, but it's not as dark as what is shown on the camera. So, yeah. Oh, Bruce probably got a pre-done live thing going, so he's on his right now while I'm running my mouth. So you guys head on over to Brucey Babies and let him get his paint on. I'm about to sign off anyway. All right, I do appreciate you guys coming through. I shall see you when I see you, and until next time, bye.